I'm more than happy to make this a silent relationship if you prefer.
Lay forward, please. Your heart rate fluctuates much?
Everything that can go wrong does go wrong. I'd like an end.
And that's the tumor talking.
You know that, do you?
Unless you really are as dark-minded as you say.
No, I didn't mean that kind of end. Though I suppose it's inevitable.
I have to ask, have you ever had suicidal thoughts?
No. Have you?
Never. You eating properly?
I don't do anything properly.
Apart from laying in bed and feeling sorry for yourself.
You know you have a strange sense of humor.
So much for that silent relationship. Feeling sleepy? Okay. I've got you. Just lay still.
Weirdo. Why would I say that? To his son? But I need to go and find that locker. The poor guy can't...
Lofty, please, just give it a rest for a bit, will you, please? I'm sorry.
You're right.
Look, it's my first day as a registrar. There are all these rumours going around the hospital. Sasha's under pressure. And now we've got Dr. Doom stalking the ward.
Dr. Doom?
You do know that he conducted a drug trial that resulted in the death of 6 people. 6. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I'm not the kind of doctor who believes in collateral when it comes to some sort of greater...
I don't think Dom...
Frederick, I'm sorry. That was really insensitive of me. Just, you know...
No. You're right. 6 of them. The first one had a peripheral vascular shutdown causing paresthesia. The blood supply to his limbs was cut off, which led to infection, amputation, and a painful death.
I'm sorry.
The second was a myocardial infarction due to lack of blood supply into the heart muscles. Third one went blind due to ophthalmic problems. Should I go on? Well, the fourth one was found...
Frederick, honestly, it was a mistake. It's just after everything today.
Yes, of course. You must be worried.
What do you mean by that?
Just the age of uncertainty in this country. Well, takeovers, mergers, people having to reapply for their own roles.
Well, I love my job, and I'm very good at it.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Staying good, though. That's the important thing. Which theater is Mr. Levy in?
This way.
Miss Jackson.
Bloody hell, you gave me a fright.
There's a man over there saying he has an online order for you. Oh. Something about free recycling.
Is that for Johnny Jackson?
Yes.
That's me.
All yours.
Thank you. Let's have a look. Ah! How great is that?
Is that what I think it is?
Certainly is. It's going to a good hose, so thank you for coming all the way in. What is that?
Oh, it's just a scratch.
Hop on a stall in triage and I'll get someone to see you.
Miss Easterman, the pheochromocytoma. She's experiencing strange symptoms that...
Yes, that's what the tumour will do.
But unrelated. Drooling, memory problems, drowsiness, muscle weakness...
Panic attacks, feelings of gloom. Yeah, she's been experiencing them for weeks.
Emotions all over the place, I agree, but these are all specifically different to anything that you should be experiencing.
Well, once we do the operation, it should fix all of that, right?
I'm saying I don't think we should be operating yet until we know. But I can help. I know you think this is me delaying to get theatre time, but please...
I have to go. All right, we'll talk later.
You okay?
I need you to take the bloods from Miss Easterman and send them to the lab.
I didn't want to knock on your door because it felt a little bit formal, and I'd much rather this was off the record, if that's okay.
It's all right.
With everything that's been happening with me recently, I just didn't want to be the cause of any more.
You were never the cause.
I can't stop taking steroids. I've been taking them for a while. No one knows. I don't have symptoms. You know, I'm not angry. I'm not going to get all psychotic. I just wanted to come to you now because I want to stay on top. I want to stay as good at my job as I always am. And I'm always burdening Sasha with these things.
So I'm the only person you've told? Well, this is an illness. You're ill, and I can't ignore it, I'm afraid.
You know what, this was probably a bad idea. I mean, it's my first day as a registrar, and I've already come to you for help.
So, we'll get you help from occupational therapy. They'll do a psychological assessment and report back to me in confidence. I want you to do exactly as they say, please. I'll monitor you on a weekly basis. The fact that you came forward is important.
Thank you. Is it because of Isaac?
It's just an illness. Now look, you are a good doctor. I believe in you.
Through the archway and under. Softly lift and lay her down. There's that buzz for you. Thing of beauty, wasn't it?
Yes, it really was.
It's not as easy as I thought. I think we're going to have to rethink. Maybe look at another way of convincing him. There are too many factors against Sarah. Maybe we look for help from someone else. I don't know, I have to go.
Oh, Monsieur Hanson, Miss Easterman. Pulse is low, BP through the roof.
How many fingers?
5.
Which symptom of the tumor was worse? Crying? Panic attacks? Benzodiazepines in your blood. You're self-medicating. I was right. These symptoms, they're nothing to do with the pheochromocytoma. She's been self-medicating. I'd guess it's safe to rule her out as a heroin cocaine type. So which is it? Diazepam? And I'm going to hazard stolen from a relative who was prescribed. Who was it?
Mother. Back pain.
Mr. Levy, Miss Eastman's using diazepam to combat the symptoms of the tumour. Frederick was right.
Double vision, memory loss, muscle fatigue. It all makes sense now.
When is she due in theatre?
As soon as Theatre 1 is free.
We're going to have to switch to alpha then beta blockers to get her BP down to get the operation done in time. Where's Mr. Copeland?
I assumed with you.
Lottie, can you inform the anaesthetist?
Great.
Well done.
Mr. Levy, I just want to be a part of this team.
I'll see what I can do. Naila's in theatre.
Yeah. I just came in to get these for a case coming up. Did you want something?
Microvascular decompression.
Yes. You should have seen him. Over, under, lifting these tiny veins with a feather touch. His hand so still. It was him at his best.
He doesn't seem off.
No, quite the opposite. He seemed on. Hence the microvascular decompression.
Erratic, then. It's just, well, a couple of weeks ago in theatre, there was this moment, panic, loss of control, I don't know what you call it. I mean, there are many accusations I'd love to throw at your dad, but I'd never seen this before.
Did he mess up?
I mean, there's behaviour and then
Did he make an error?
No, not really.
So, a surgeon having a bad day. Hold the front page.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, in hindsight, it felt like something.
Well, I think I would have noticed if it was something. Don't you?
Hey! Looking for Ms. Naylor?
Yeah. If you value your manhood, I'd highly recommend you knocking next time.
I just want to clear the whole interview thing up with me helping Fletch as well as you. I don't want you to think I was being a turncoat or anything.
Oh, honestly, it can be such a wet weekend sometimes. I'm moving on.
Exactly, yes, of course you are. And for what it's worth, if Fletcher's old job does come up, I think you.
What are you still doing here?
Archie said to wait. But then someone was sick over there and a fight broke out between the boys in the tracksuits. And then he was called upstairs.
That looks very sore. How did you do it?
Pass me the cloxidine, please, Dr. Digby.
Piece of glass from Stuart Wilson's Fanta bottle. He went ballistic when he heard about the recruitment freeze thing and smashed up the kitchen.
What, and they missed a bit cleaning up?
The senior porter role became available after Quinton got signed off for stress.
Hang on, what do you mean, recruitment freeze?
He had some rude words about Mr. Hanson, which I won't repeat in front of the lady. But Stuart Wilson...
We're all very gutted about the pop anarchist Stuart, but what exactly did they say about this freeze thing?
Just that. There'll be no more promotions until the uncertainty is over.
Uncertainty?
Don't say I never do anything for you. A woman just left this at reception for Nurse Jackson. Perhaps next time you could have your shopping delivered directly to your home.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. You're a sweetheart. It's just this way. Just through here.
Mr. Murty's CT scans have come back, and the ventricles in the brain look much larger than they should be.
Which means?
We need to relieve the pressure. We need to operate.
Shunt revision.
But I'd like to know why it happened.
Agreed. So...
MRI scan? I hear your patient's recovering beautifully.
You know, there's a point in there where you have to remain so calm, so transfixed. It becomes meditative, and your mind finds the quietest, calmest place. It's almost as if you're enveloped in some kind of eternal shroud. And you feel safe, you know, to do your best work. As if you're being guided, encouraged, at peace. Zoshi, I'm so glad we got to spend this time together. You've been a great daughter. Great support. I hope you'll be able to say the same thing about me one day.
Okay, I think we need to get a little less Dr. Burton, don't you?
I'm so proud of who you've become.
Yeah, me too.